Well, good morning, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I had quite the wind last night, didn't we? Something else. And this morning it's kind of a swirling wind, so no matter where I try to duck out of the way, the wind eventually makes its way around to me. So I'm going to do my best here. We see from these Psalms that we read this morning that David is definitely feeling the pressure and a lot of hurt and pain from having to run. Life on the run would not be very pleasant at all, and it's about 7 years or so, thereabouts, that David is on the run from King Saul, and we see here in his crying out to God that there's pain involved, but there's also what he refers to as, well, we could call it pressure, but temptation is a good word for it, and that's what he refers to it as, temptation to do the wrong thing. There's people around him that would love for him just to step out and kill King Saul, and he's given opportunities. So when we look at the incident with him in the cave, you may wonder if he was tempted. Of course he was tempted. Of course, I mean, here's a perfect way to end his life on the run. And it looks like God placed Saul into his hands. But it was a situation where Father trusted David's heart. He knew David's heart, and he trusted that David would do the right thing. And he did. David lived by the conviction of living a life that honors and pleases Yahweh. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to walk in a righteousness that pleased Yahweh, not according to what David saw was right, but according to what Father says is right. And we live according to Father's eyes, what is right in Father's eyes, and not our own. And so here's David wanting to live this by this conviction. And it's not the easiest thing. Some people think that when you live by conviction, that making right decisions is an easy thing, but conviction can be a difficult thing, especially when you want to take shortcuts. And this would have been a shortcut for David, where it would have looked like it would have been a shortcut, but there would have been all kinds of ramifications for David if he had taken Saul's life. And we had already discussed that. So this was the right thing for him to do, even though the people around him didn't understand what he was doing. And so we look at this, and it wasn't because of any great love for Saul, although he did show him a great deal of respect, and we know that he saw him as a father. But this was more about his relationship with Yahweh. He did these things according to Yahweh. So when we live by conviction, when we live to do the right thing, it doesn't have to do with whether the person deserves our grace and mercy or not. It's a matter of living a life that pleases Father. Our actions are according to what Father says is right, not according to what we think is right, not according to our mercy, not according to our forgiveness. But this is a forgiveness that we see in the Father's heart, and we've been made like him, and so we want to be like him, and so this is what we do. And the question is, are we willing to take the long cuts? Are we willing, as my kids call them, long cuts? Are we willing to live by that conviction of righteousness, of going the long way around, of taking longer to do things in life, to do it right according to Dad's eyes, even when the whole world is saying, hey, you're crazy, you're nuts, you can do it this way, it's okay, you're allowed. But it's not a matter of living according to what the world says is allowed, but living according to the righteousness of our Father. So, some thoughts for you. You guys be blessed, be encouraged in this day. Love you.